Yeah, I think that using kelp and getting away from that, getting some full sun in there, going to be real important for you. Definitely pop on the greens when you're doing the computers, stuff like that. And like I said, get screens or they have these little gadgets you can get. I don't know if they really work or not. I put one on my cell phone. And I don't know. But certainly, find a way to protect yourself. Get you an AC, a current regulator. That would be good. Another thing you're asking on is Fox is water fasting. Maybe to see. Well, water fasting is interesting. You're 6 foot 2.5 inches, and you weigh 58.5 kilograms. You're really working on your limp, eh, man? Yeah, you guys are doing good. I think you're really doing good, all you guys. I love what you're doing. There's nothing magic out there. I have to say that I think you're getting that. You guys are working at your best. You know what the gig is. You're learning the rules of the road as much as we know, and then I commend all of you doing well. Keep yourself balanced and get your joys back and enjoy every minute for what it is. Get strong in yourselves so you're happy with yourself, where you can look at flowers and look at the beauty of gardens and the beauty of a blue sky, and just you enjoy life like that. And get in that now like little kids again, where the joy is all over the place. And get your body healthy, because the healthier, and I've seen comments here where those of you who have been on raw foods are feeling better and better and better, and it's just putting a smile on your face. And when that happens, when you eat a bowl of fruit, you're smiling. It's like the fruit is like sunshine. It just kind of makes you smile to be healthy and to eat a piece of fruit. And it's amazing. I don't get that way eating a piece of lettuce. Interesting. Oh, well, it might just be me. Let me see here. I'm currently doing a robot vegetable juice. My blood sugars levels are good. No metformin. When it is safe to start eating some fruit. Well, you can play with that all you want. Really, you'd really just glucose load a little bit when you're, especially a type 1, but you're on metformin, so that means you're type 2. And so fruit takes it up and down a little bit. So what? I mean, you'll balance out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you go on a fruit and vegetable diet, you'll see for a few weeks maybe blood sugar's flipping up and down, but you'll balance out and then it'll all be good, to be honest with you. So if you're on metformin, your blood sugar isn't that high. Some people worry about blood sugar too much, I think, sometimes. You're on cinnamon caps. We've got a good, but this is about adrenal steroids. This is about cortisol. I know you hinted about insulin receptors, but this is about cortisol and that effect on that. Cortisol is involved in sugar metabolism. That's type 2. You wouldn't be a type 1 on metformin that I know of. Hey, we're getting down there, guys. That's pretty good. Yeah. Thanks for bearing and listening to these. I know they're kind of long, I keep going over these same things, and you'll find that I'm going to keep bringing you down this road, and then I'm going to turn it back on you and let you tell me what to do. So you'll see we're going to change the way we do these as we get an archive of this. Then I'll figure some way to get you to help me here. Thanks for your comments, C3 speech or 3. PO C3PO. Thanks for the that cleansing. It said chronic pain. Chronic pain is chronic acidosis and a real stagnant lymph, meaning a real weak adrenal and kidneys. So really want to kick that up. Again, anything acidic, and even when you're in that much pain, I'd probably avoid the berries and the cherries and the acid fruits. stay with the subacid and the sweets and vegetable juice and kind of go down that way. At the same time, I'd work on my lymph, I'd work on my kidneys, I'd definitely get into those adrenal glands, get your steroids up. That'll be a little help with the pain relief, and start moving that lymph. If you have a lot of sulfur in the body, you're going to have to dig through that, get that sulfur out. A lot of times people in chronic pain have a lot of sulfur, and it's just literally locked your lymph system in place. And that's the use of these sulfur drugs and antibiotics. These guys don't realize you just can't do that. But you know, they don't have to clean up the mess like we all do, and that's the problem. They just go next, and we have to sit there and clean up. People ask what a naturopath is, and I can tell you we're a glorified janitor. They ask me, what do I do? I say, I'm a janitor. I got to roll up my sleeves and go in and clean up the mess that most medical doctors have left and what you have done to yourself. Not knowing, of course, because no one has handed out a how-to manual when you come to this rock spinning through space. And, of course, our parents have just fell victim of that, too. Very few spiritual beings pull themselves up outside of the norm or the box and ask why, and start looking more broader at things, more holistic, without these little boxes of conditioned thinking and propaganda that we're fed. And so we're doing it now. Look, all of you guys are those that pulled out of the box and said, oh, look. And so this is just great to talk to and to have a group of people as nice as all of you are. I'm very humbled. But keep working that chronic pain out of you, sweetheart. Rebuild the nervous system. You can use brain and nerve. Antispasmodic might help with the pain a little bit. Chronic pain, hope you're not on morphine or anything like that. But keep working yourself out toward the alkaline side of the fence. Get those kidneys and adrenals up, clean up the bowels, and you'll be doing pretty good. Thank you, Universal Life Energy. Thank you for the comment. You're great, really, really great. Thank you so much. I'm humbled with that. How's Dan McDonald doing on his bike tour? Has he made it yet? I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to check up on him. I hope he's doing good, that guy. He should have taken a bunch of our God's blend. All he had to do is suck that down. That would have really taken him. I know we send him stuff all the time. CW was she's a famous pianist. She is a musician. She travels the world, or did, until she got her cancer, and then she just kind of slowed down and got out of music. Very popular, traveled the world, like I said, very popular musician. But she now is so in love with health that not only did she get her health back, she's helping people now. She's becoming a healer, and she prefers that over being a musician because she's been a musician most of her life, from what I understand, and she's, after a while, I guess she just got burnt out of all the road issue. She was a smoker, all that, on the road. But she turned her life totally around. She's looking really good. She's done well. CW, you did well. Let me see here. Hyperprolactemia. I have no menstruation unless I take a drug. Oh, I haven't done since 2003. MRIs have shown no pituitary tumor. No, but you don't have to have a tumor on the pituitary, honey. You can have a weak pituitary or hypothalamus area. You can have weaknesses in tissue you can't see with MRIs and CAT scans. That's why the iris picture is so beautiful. That's what you're going to want to do, is get an iris picture to me and let me see this. But you're definitely going to want to do a pituitary glandular, I can tell you right off. Some of this is hyper, though, so you have to be careful. Detoxification is really important. I do the upper circulation. Definitely detox the body. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to find problems with your GI tract, too. So you want to clean up your bowels here. Proteins levels down to 200, down to 80. Prolactin levels. by eating more raw foods. There you go. You keep detoxifying yourself, because you can have a weakness and with acidosis create a hypoactivity in those tissues where you see that going back and forth, where you can have part of the pituitary in a hyper state and the other part in a hypo state. I've seen that. You had left intraductal breast lump 2 years ago, and I'd like to know if you recommend doing a pituitary glandular and adrenal glandular. If you're hyper, maybe not a glandular, because if you hyperstimulate yourself even more, that would be more problematic. In a hyper state, the only true remedy is detoxification. The same thing with a goiter. I never touch the thyroid in a goiter. Even if it's hyper and now hypo, I still don't touch it. The more activity of cells, the more cell waste, the bigger the tumor is going to grow, because the problem is you're not moving lymph. And when you're not moving lymph, to produce more waste would make lymph even worse. So that's why you don't have a lot of activity when you have tumors and things, because a lot of activity is just going to make your tumors grow. You can't move lymph by activity when your doors are closed. And the doors, of course, is the kidneys and adrenal glands. So, and because you can come around and swing up and pick up that pituitary, but I would probably do upper circulation. If you did anything, you could do the endocrine gland formula. That's a gentler, softer, that is a botanical formula, would have more of a gentle effect upon that. I think that would be good. Definitely would do the adrenal glandular. That would be something I would definitely do. Definitely the female reproductive endocrine formula, good check here, good deal. Definitely lymphatics, kidneys, bowels, absolutely. She has low estrogen and progesterone. That's probably systemic. That's your adrenal glands. Don't take them. Get your adrenal glands healthy again. That's a real big key here, that you're having problems that way. I do say that the prolactin and stuff, that's probably dealing more in the pituitary and the lymph in the brain area there. Trying to scare me into having a mammogram. Well, you're doing thermographies already, much better. Thermography is more like a heat sensing, like these helicopters looking for runaways or looking for criminals, that are running away, and they check body heat. So thermographies are the latest thing, so much better than mammograms. Here, this whole mammogram issue, where the government committee found that they definitely contribute to and many times cause breast cancer, and the next thing you know, everybody's up in arms. Well, you got to have some way of telling. Nobody bringing out thermography, so the women saying, well, we got to have. I couldn't believe the amount of women and people that fought for mammograms, realizing that they cause cancer. I had the lady at large breast, very dense tissue. She was shot 7 times in a mammogram and ended up with breast cancer from that. Not worth to destroy your cells. If you got a tumor in the breast, what's going on here? It's your lymph system. Get your lymph system. If you understand that, you don't have to go to some of these biopsies and some of this extra tissue damage, because you don't need to know. You just need to clean that out and get rid of it. You got to do it anyway, or you could lose your breast or a tissue, a lumpectomy. But I guarantee you that unless you fix your kidneys, you'll get another lump. You'll have it again. Or if you have a mastectomy, I've had women come in here with tumors growing back on their chest wall now. Not good. If you do radiation, the likelihood of having lung cancer of that is very high. And some people do get leukemias from chemo, and of course that just damages more cells, and then you have a residual kick. So the simplest, gentlest, easiest way to overcome any of these issues is detoxification. It is the golden key, guys. It is your golden key of health and wellness. Cancer-free, tumor-free, pain-free, all these things that medical doctors get confused and call them diseases and autoimmune problems.